In my line of work, I notice a lot of my clients are men, and many of them have a similar issue. They often end up with women who are disrespectful, unfaithful, or just using them for money. If this sounds familiar and you keep dating women who cheat on you, take advantage of you, or don't treat you right, I'm going to share some reasons why this might be happening and how you can avoid it in the future. Stick around. Honestly, a lot of men will complain, "She lied to me at first. She seemed perfect, but she lied." But the truth is, women don't really lie. They might not always be upfront, but they definitely show you who they are. Every woman you've been with who has hurt or used you, she showed you her warning signs right from the start. You just chose to overlook them. This is how women can be. When they meet a man, they often drop hints about their red flags, but not in obvious ways. For instance, the way she dresses might be a bit provocative, or she could be really open about her sexual history. She might talk about her exes in a way that reveals a lot, like calling one toxic, or saying she still has feelings for him. You can also see it in how she acts as a parent. Maybe she doesn't put her kids first, or she keeps them away from men she doesn't like. If you think you're going to step in and be the hero, remember that if she's shown she can shut out men from her kids' lives, you might not be any different. A lot of us women, myself included, tend to show men our red flags right from the start. We often choose men who let us get away with a lot of nonsense. If a woman doesn't have many red flags, she'll probably attract a man with strong boundaries. He's the type who won't put up with too much, and she's the same way, so they click really well. On the flip side, a woman with a lot of red flags usually ends up with a man who has low self-esteem. She'll go for someone who struggles to set boundaries, doesn't notice her red flags, and has a hard time standing up for himself. That's who she'll pick. If a man has really low self-esteem and cares more about being connected to a woman than earning her respect, he's likely to end up being manipulated, cheated on, and disrespected. Women can often spot a man with low self-esteem because he seems overly impressed by their looks. When a man is too focused on a woman's beauty, she starts to feel like she has power over him. The most beautiful women will often go for men who aren't that good looking if those men aren't overly impressed by their looks. On the flip side, a woman who isn't that attractive might act disrespectfully and push boundaries with a man who's in awe of her beauty because she sees it as a way to gain control. When you're with a woman and you don't have much experience with attractive ones, she can sense that right away. She might realize she can test your limits or even disrespect you because she knows you might not find someone better. That's a sign of low self-esteem in a man. When a woman thinks her looks are enough to keep a man around, she might find that he's attracted to her, but that's not what holds the relationship together. When she realizes she needs to offer more than just her appearance or intimacy to make things work, she starts to respect him more. On the flip side, if she figures out that her looks are all he cares about, she can easily use that to smooth things over after a fight or when he disrespects her. For her, it becomes effortless. She doesn't even have to put in much effort. So that's your first sign. Another sign you might have low self-esteem is if you don't set boundaries. For example, if someone disrespects you and you notice it but don't say anything because you want to avoid conflict, that's a problem. Men who prioritize keeping the peace over respect will end up losing that woman. I'm not saying you should yell at her when she messes up. That's not the way to go. What you should do is let her know that her behavior makes you uncomfortable. Just speak up about it. Now, if she keeps crossing the line after you've talked about it multiple times, don't just keep repeating yourself. Instead of trying to force her to understand or respect you, focus on respecting yourself and walk away. If she sees that you don't value yourself enough to leave, you've already lost her. She'll realize you're not going anywhere and won't respect you anymore. She'll think she can push further next time. But if she learns that crossing your boundaries means you'll step back, she'll start to fall in line. A common mistake many men make is when a woman crosses their boundaries. Maybe she cheats or disrespects them. Instead of standing firm, they end up rewarding that behavior. They might beg her to stay or buy her gifts, thinking it will change things. But what really happens is she learns, I can cheat on him and he'll still take care of me. Or I can disrespect him and he'll still show up to apologize. It's a slippery slope. She'll just start to disrespect you even more because you're not setting any boundaries and you're reinforcing the bad behavior. So, if you're wondering where these issues are coming from, it's likely that there was some inconsistent love in your childhood. If you're a man who struggles with women, like feeling disrespected or having trouble setting boundaries, it probably ties back to your upbringing. You might have had a mother or mother figure who didn't show enough love, was inconsistent with it, or didn't let you be yourself. So, because you didn't get the kind of unconditional love and support from women when you were growing up, and now you think you have to earn love or even even buy it to get respect from them, you might not realize that it doesn't have to be that way. You don't know what it feels like to have someone genuinely care about you, asking if you're hungry or if you're okay when something bothers you. Since you didn't experience that as a kid, you might find yourself putting up with behavior isn't okay as an adult. You need to recognize that pattern in yourself and break that habit. If you don't, you'll end up pushing this woman away even more, and it will just get worse. It won't improve. If you think, oh, my partner will change, she's just been through a lot, remember, it's okay to forgive, but you also need to set boundaries. There should be consequences for crossing those boundaries, not rewards for being disrespectful. Keep this in mind, and you'll likely attract a better partner and become a better person yourself. Okay, that's all for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Please like and comment your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.